If you think you know cruising, think again. Uncruise Adventures is the opposite of the big ship experience. Our small, award-winning vessels carry just 22 to 86 guests. Enjoy all-inclusive farm-to-table dining, guided excursions, and all the gear you need. No dress code and no crowds. Come as you are and explore Alaska, Hawaii, Mexico, Costa Rica, or the Galapagos. Visit us at uncruise.com to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Nordstrom. Whether you're packing for a vacation or dressing for a wedding, Nordstrom has head-to-toe looks for wherever summer takes you. From swimwear and bold color to romantic florals and dresses that make an entrance, find the right style for every unforgettable moment. Shop new arrivals from brands you love like Farm Rio, Free People, Vince, Wait, and Stod. Plus free shipping and returns and styling help whenever you need it make it all so easy. Shop now in stores at Nordstrom.com or download the Nordstrom app.
You said this place was steps from the water.
We just haven't found the steps yet.
How much did we save?
Enough.
Enough to get lost?
Or you could book a stay with Hilton.
Welcome to your oceanfront room, just steps from the water.
The Hilton sale is on now. Book on Hilton.com or the Hilton app and save up to 20% to get the stay you expected. When you want savings, not surprises, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
If you think you know cruising, think again. Uncruise Adventures is the opposite of the big ship experience. Our small, award-winning vessels carry just 22 to 86 guests. Enjoy all-inclusive farm-to-table dining, guided excursions, and all the gear you need. No dress code and no crowds. Come as you are and explore Alaska, Hawaii, Mexico, Costa Rica, or the Galapagos. Visit us at uncruise.com to learn more.
I'm Aislinn Green, and this is Travel Tales by Afar. Here at Afar, we do travel a lot. And once you're an old hat at packing your suitcase and navigating the airport, it can be really easy to forget what it all felt like that very first time. But early travel experiences can be so formative and help new explorers figure out what they like and how to interact respectfully with the people and places they meet, and of course become happy, lifelong travelers. Learning Afar is a program that helps facilitate those early travel experiences for underserved students in partnership with Global Leadership Adventures. Learning Afar has been a part of Afar's mission since we launched in 2008. And since then, we have helped send thousands of students everywhere from Costa Rica and Belize to Ghana and China. Today, we're talking with Jayla Nicholas, a high school sophomore in New York who recently returned from a Learning Afar trip in Guatemala. Jayla had traveled abroad just one time before this. She went to Australia. But her perspective and takeaways from this Guatemala trip were so fresh and relatable that we just had to share them. So we'll start with a few of her hopes and expectations that we recorded before her trip, and then share some of her reflections after she got home. Jayla, welcome to Travel Tales.
Thank you so much for having me.
The countdown, what are we at? You leave on Tuesday?
Leave on Tuesday. So 3 days? 4-ish days.
How are you feeling? Where are you at?
I'm really excited, making sure I have everything for my packing list. Trying to pick out outfits that work with the different environments that we're going to be in.
When we first talked, you mentioned that you like to pack early and you kind of like to pack a lot. So where are you at in that process? Do you feel like you've edited yourself?
I feel like I'm trying to keep all of my clothes and mostly my shoes in my one carry-on suitcase. So my mom taught me a rolling technique that I'm trying to implement. I want to limit as many shoes as possible, and I feel like I don't need too many bottoms, so it's just the tops.
Okay. So you mentioned that you want to go and explore the world. When did you first know that about yourself, and what do you think it is that is so intriguing?
Living in New York City, everything's very concrete, very building oriented, and I love being in a city, but I also online and just places. When I was little, I was like, oh my goodness, I want to go to California. I want to go to Arizona. I want to go everywhere so I can see everything, because I think the world is such a gift and I want to see everything that it has to offer. And sometimes I feel like we focus too much on careers and getting somewhere that's a career that's more lucrative, a career that's very but I want to see and experience the world, get to meet new people, because this is the only life we get to live, and I want to see as much of the world as possible.
So I know you've had one international trip before. You said you went to Australia with a group. So how do you feel going into this trip? Are you more excited and less nervous?
I'm not nervous because I'm just so thankful for the opportunity, because I just want to, I love flying. I like the smell of the airport, so I'm not like nervous.
That's such a funny thing. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that before. That is very cool.
So I'm not nervous about that part. I'm a little bit nervous about interacting with the people, only because I don't speak Spanish.
Yes.
So, I know like ayúdame, escúchame, but other than that,
you'll be fine.
I took Spanish when I was little, but I forgot it all.
Do you think it'll come back when you're there a little bit, maybe?
Maybe, yeah, I hope so.
Well, we'll find out when we talk to you after you're back. I'm curious to know, what do your friends at home think?
I've talked about wanting to travel a lot, so my friends and family are just very excited for me, and I think they're just excited to see what happens and to hear the experiences and to hear the knowledge that I come back with.
That's really cool. And how is your mom doing? Because I know that when I did my first international trip, my mom was excited for me for sure, but also a little nervous or worried, as parents can be. So where's your mom at? Do you think she's straddling that line too?
I think she wants to make sure that I'm prepared. I don't think she's too much worried about maybe she's a little worried about my safety, I don't know. But she's raised me to be pretty independent as a person. And so I'm also an older sister. So I think she's more proud of me and excited for me than anything else. But of course, she's my mom, so I assume she's nervous.
When you say that she raised you to be an independent person, how did she do that?
I think she exposed me to a lot of living in New York City. There's a lot of different cultures. There's a lot of different experiences that you can have. And so at a young age, she started taking me to Studio Museum and doing art classes or going to different festivals so I could experience the culture, being immersed in different aspects of life that sometimes children don't get to experience until they're older, and exposing me to a lot of different ideas so that I could form my own opinions. And because she gave me all that information, and she also instilled a lot of confidence within me. So I felt comfortable being able to go out and be myself in different spaces without clinging on to her and my parents in that comfortable bubble.
Well, she sounds amazing. So what do you hope to learn about yourself on this trip? Like, how do you want to kind of evolve as Jayla?
I want to learn more about my ability to adapt to different things because I'm going into a new culture, and I want to see how fast I can adapt, how fast I can react, and like get immersed inside of it. I want to learn more about it's global leadership adventures, so my leadership qualities, and really honing in and focusing on how I can be a leader in this space and how I can come back and take that knowledge with me to be a leader at my school or any communities that I'm involved in.
That's so cool. Do you have a vision for what that leadership might look like or how it might manifest?
I don't know, maybe it could be starting a club at my school, talking about different countries. Maybe it could be, there's so many different ideas that I could come back with, but I don't know how truly it will manifest until I come back and I have the knowledge that I will have.
After the break, Jayla shares how it all worked out and the lessons she's learned for next time.
Ready to soundtrack your summer? With Red Bull Summer All Day Play, you choose a playlist that fits your summer vibe the best. Are you a festival fanatic, a deep end DJ, a road dog, or a trail mixer? Just add a song to your chosen playlist and put your summer on track. Red Bull Summer All Day Play. Red Bull gives you wings. Visit redbull.com/brightsummer ahead to learn more. See you this summer.
Good sleep is everything. That's why Ollie's Science Back Support is made with a blend of melatonin and L-theanine for both kiddos and grown-ups. So when your mind won't switch off, you've got something that can help. Your racing thoughts and restless nights won't stand a chance. Find Ollie sleep solutions for the whole family at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
So welcome back from Guatemala. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
When did you get back?
I got back on July 14th.
Okay. So it's been a few weeks. So do you feel like you've had time to digest the experience?
Definitely. I had time to upload my photos and videos and just reflect on the experience. I made friends in Guatemala from the program, and so I'm connecting with them, talking with them online. And so,
Amazing. I think when we talked last, like you're from New York, right? Like it's buildings, it's kind of concrete jungle. So was that a big contrast for you? Like more nature, more color?
Oh my God. So much color.
Really?
I think that might be. I don't know if it's just Guatemala or all of Latin America, but the color, it's so vibrant. Everyone here just wears like black and gray and blue, and the buildings are all brown and gray, but the buildings were yellow and purple, and they had this artisan feel to them that was just so amazing. Like they felt real in a way that the buildings in the city don't.
Well, I know a big part of this trip was community service. You were working with elementary kids in a school, but you also did some more typical tourist activities like ziplining. So how did it feel for you toggling between these two modes?
I feel like the toggling wasn't really, it was more kind of a smooth transition. I loved being with the kids, and that was like some people's favorite part because that was just some people's favorite part. But I am definitely not like a thrill seeker, but I want to see everything and I want to experience everything. So I was just really excited for those weekends and those like after service activities. But the service was also a highlight. So it wasn't like, we're like doing something gross. It was something that you wanted to do for the kids and be there for them. So.
Yeah. And getting, like you said, getting to interact with them. Like they're excited that you're there. So it sounds like you were pretty excited throughout the whole trip. Did you ever have moments of homesickness? Did you feel pretty settled there?
The only moments of homesickness I had was the food.
Oh,
I'm a pretty picky eater.
What do you typically eat at home, and then what were you eating there?
I think like the week before I had mostly Chipotle. I'm obsessed with Chipotle.
What is your go-to? What do you order at Chipotle, or does it vary?
Don't judge me.
No, hey, you know what? I have my thing.
Kids build your own.
Oh,
and then I'll do like...
Yeah, okay.
So it comes with like 2 little tacos, and then you get 3 sides.
Yeah, sounds great. Okay. Lots of Chipotle. And then what were you eating in Guatemala?
In Guatemala, we had a lot of traditional food at first. Okay. And then I think they realized that we were not really...
Well, so what's an example of something that maybe wasn't to your taste?
I want to say they're tamales, but they're I'd never seen anything like it because I wasn't really used to Latin food. So it was like chicken in the middle and then like a potato yuca fried paste and then a leaf, and I think they boil it like that. I don't think my body was used to it. And just the traditional food. But we did go that was at home base. Okay. But the place is in Antigua, and we went to this one really nice restaurant. Those were both really great. Loved those so much.
Amazing.
So it was like a highs and lows of the food.
Well, I know that you mentioned that leadership is something that you're really interested in. So did you have opportunities to kind of explore that side of yourself? It sounds like they would pick a leader for the day. And
yeah, so the previous leaders of the day would pick a leader of the day, and then you can either lead leadership activities. You're the one who writes the blog. And so it was more just like, I feel like normally leadership is just like taking responsibility for other people and helping people through something. I feel like this was also more technicalities of leadership, like remembering to get the medical bag and things like that helped me, other aspects of leadership. And then I think there's also a lot of leadership in the service that we were doing, being with kids. And as a teacher, you're already a leader. So just being in the classroom was like part of the leadership, I think. There was like these little group of girls, and they would sit with me and my friend, and we would start to eat our like little snacks, and so they would pull out their snacks and eat with us, and they were just, I think they sometimes like try to copy you, and so I feel like them trying to copy you is a little sign of leaplinership, of like,
Absolutely.
That's a role model, I guess.
Will you describe one of your favorite moments from the trip?
Oh, okay. The zip lining. Okay, closer to the end, we went zip lining.
Okay.
And I was so excited. And Ziplining over the mountain canyon was so gorgeous. It was a deep drop, and you could see like these ginormous leaves underneath you, and it was so beautiful. There was a waterfall in the zip line, and then you kind of had to hike to the other parts, and it was kind of gray and cloudy that day. And so I go down the zip line first, and then it's like, it's kind of misty. I didn't feel any rain. And then 3 people after me, pouring on them on the zip line. It started pouring on them on the actual zip line. So then 2 people came down, and then we were told to stop. And then the rain let up a little bit. People came through, and then more rain came down. So we were all like, the local director was like, no, we have to get off the zip line. We were like, no, zip line in the rain is so fun. But we all got off the zip line, and there's like this truck, right? So we're on the way there, we all like sat down in the truck, and they drove us up the mountain. But we're all in our gear, and we get on the truck. Everybody, instead of sitting down on the bed of the truck, it's a pickup truck.
Yeah.
We're standing up, and there are like bars at the top.
Yeah.
It's pouring rain, so everybody's holding onto the bars, and we're just singing and laughing. And Amazing. It was such it wasn't even trauma bonding. It was just bonding moment.
Yeah.
Of us being in the rain and singing. I think we sang Unwritten.
Do you feel like you are a little bit different now than the Jayla who embarked on the trip at the beginning?
Yeah, I definitely think I'm more grateful for what I have. We went to like people's homes, and we talked to them and talked about their life and the things they've experienced. And so coming back, I'm a lot more grateful for what I have, and I'm a lot more grateful for the luxuries that just being in America has. Like being able to flush your toilet paper down the toilet is a luxury, and like I don't think nobody really sees it that way. And so that's like, I think it's definitely more new perspective is something that I gained.
What did it feel like as you were getting ready to leave on that last day? You're stepping on the plane. How did you feel?
I was relaxed. I was thankful for my time there. I was a little bit ready to go home.
Yeah.
And so also the Guatemala airport, beautiful. There was Pizza Hut in there and McDonald's, and I was very happy. It was so beautiful. I was not expecting it. But the last day traveling, beautiful Antigua hotel, had breakfast, and then we just went upstairs because we were the last shuttle. And I sat in the egg chair. It was like a floating egg chair thing.
Oh, cool.
And I just watched the volcanoes and the greenery, and just like recognized how beautiful it was and all the colors. And then my bag was already packed, and kind of just peacefully left in the car and got home.
I'd like to end with what else you feel like you learned about yourself as a traveler.
I feel like as a traveler, I've learned that it's important to have both your space and time by yourself and space and time with others to build that relationship, to build that connection, to feel like a family, but also to be individual, to think about what does your body need, and like let your body speak to you and your mind. And I feel like I found that balance in the trip, and that was really helpful. And another thing that I learned as a traveler is I feel like everybody's always like, oh, pack light when you go places, pack light. They are liars. They are liars. My parents and like even like the way the packing list was like, you don't need too much stuff. You like, don't worry, you'll be able to like wash your clothes, repeat. I think I wish that I had packed more clothes for more occasions, because I thought it was going to be like more conservative in general.
Yeah.
And so I basically only had long sleeves and long pants. And I was like, wait, there were so many. I wanted to get a skirt. I wanted to get shorts and and like cuter tops, because I thought it was just going to be, the service work is going to be really dirty. I have to get my hands dirty and bring in clothes I do not care about. I wish I brought some clothes that I did care about. And I think, especially if you're a picky eater, I'm a picky eater, I wish I brought snacks. I feel like other people brought snacks from home that they were going to snack on throughout the trip. So if you're a picky eater and you're traveling, bring snacks, bring medicine, overpack so you have stuff and you feel comfortable in every situation and you're prepared. Like sometimes it's good to be in a learning zone and to be uncomfortable and to experience and feel that discomfort. But also when you're laying in your hotel bedroom or you're laying in this like area at the end of the day, you want to have as much stuff that's going to make you as comfortable as possible outside of your home.
I love it. Well, you heard it here. Jayla is committing to overpacking. I was going to ask you about that because we talked about packing, right?
I brought one carry-on suitcase, like carry-on sized.
For that many days?
Yes. And I checked it. And I think I had a backpack, and that was it. Everybody else had a carry-on that they had, a bag that they had, a personal like item, and they had a big suitcase that they checked. And I was like,
never again will she underpack.
I will be an overpacker. I'd rather be prepared.
Thank you, Jayla, for sharing your experience with us. This interview really got our producer Nikki and I both thinking very fondly about our own early travel experiences and, of course, excited for all the trips yet to come. So we've included a couple of very short bonus stories after the credits. If you want to know more about learning Afar, including how to donate to support a future student, see the link in the show notes. Thank you so much for joining this episode of Travel Tales. We'll be back next week with our final episode of the season. Ready for more travel tales? Visit afar.com/podcast and be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We're at Afar Media. If you enjoyed today's exploration, I hope you'll come back for more great stories. Subscribing makes this very easy. You can find Travel Tales by Afar on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. The podcast is also part of the Airwave Media Podcast Network, so visit airwavemedia.com to listen and subscribe to their other fine shows like Culture Kids and the Explorers Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to rate and review the show. It helps us book amazing guests like the one you just heard, and it helps other travelers find it. This has been Travel Tales, a production of Afar Media. The podcast is produced by Aislinn Green and Nikki Galtaland. Music composed and produced by Strike Audio. And remember, everyone has a travel tale. What's yours?
Hey, I'm Nikki Galtaland. I'm a producer here at Afar. I actually want to share a little story about my second ever trip. It was my first time traveling alone abroad. I was between my sophomore and junior years of college going to do a summer internship in India. So my route was to go from Seattle to Chennai with a layover in London. And when I arrived in London, it was at Heathrow Airport. I was so happy. I was feeling so independent, but I was mostly just kind of dazed from the first 9-ish hours of flying. And I don't really remember if I had to change terminals or what exactly was going on, but at some point in the process of getting checked in and going through security, I got upgraded to business class for my London to Chennai flight, which is like a 10 to 11 hour flight. So obviously I was over the moon, just couldn't believe my good luck, got through security, went to the bathroom. I was strolling along, going to my gate when it dawned on me what the time was locally. And I realized that my flight was about to depart, imminently. So I started running down the terminal with my bags, but by the time I got there, they had already closed the doors. So instead of flying business class to India, I spent a starry-eyed night with my complimentary British Airways toothpaste and t-shirt in a budget hotel next to the airport. And I had a very meaty British breakfast the next morning, flew to India, and I have never, ever been offered an upgrade since.
Okay, my name is Aislinn Green. I'm the director of podcasts here at Afar. And my first big trip was, I think, what a lot of people do, which was, it was a group trip. And it was kind of a whirlwind tour of Europe. I think it was the summer between my junior and my senior years. And it was organized through my history teacher, who was also our high school wrestling coach. I don't remember his name, but he was definitely Italian and he looked the part, very Italian wrestling coach, but with this side of history. And it was a pretty small group. There were 6 or 7 of us from my high school, including 2 of my best friends and then a few kind of more acquaintances. And then we were joining up with this larger group that was college kids. And we didn't really hang out with them because, it's such a big gap between high school and college and they were too cool for us. But, so I think my teacher only did the trip because it was kind of a free second honeymoon for him and his wife. And so there wasn't a lot of actual chaperoning. I mean, we were pretty good kids. I would say we were less on the party side and more on the good student side, but still we had some fun. I remember that a lot of the trip was kind of a bus tour approach, which I really hated. And I think that was my first taste of recognizing that I did not like that style of travel, that I wanted to be closer to the people, to the destination. I did not want to be on a bus for hours and hours. I also remember I had studied French all the way from middle school through high school, but I felt very shy actually trying to speak it, especially in Paris. But, I did try at those little bookstalls along the Seine. And I remember the first time that I said something, maybe I asked how much a book was. It was very, very basic. And somebody actually responded in French and I understood them. And it made me feel this kind of odd success. Like here I was out in the world on my own and making my way. So that was really empowering. And I remember being on a beach somewhere along the Amalfi Coast and drinking. I don't know if you can get bad wine in Italy, but I'm pretty sure this was bad/terrible wine. But, we were underage, although not technically in Europe. And we're really enjoying drinking wine on the beach and just kind of watching the sunset. So, for me, it was more about at that time, maybe it was a taste of what it's like to kind of really explore other cultures and other places. But that trip was kind of about being with my friends and what that was like, being on our own in a new place, and a more personal or internal journey, what it felt like to be trying really new things outside of the comfort of my life and my family and the foods that I knew and the smells that I knew. So yeah, it certainly gave me a taste for adventure, and it was unlike anything I had expected. And it did teach me a little bit about what I like and what I don't like and what I wanted going forward. And, a couple decades later, here I am, still in travel, still love France, still love exploring new things, but I drink better wine.
So my first international trip, I was in college. I had an aunt that decided to send me and my brother to Ireland. My sisters had already been, and she thought we should go. So he and I flew to Shannon and rented a car. And our first stop was this little town called Ennis. And I don't know, we didn't know what to do. We went to a pub. And we walk in there, two young people from Oklahoma, and start talking to a few Irishmen that are sitting around the bar. And, they're asking all the regular questions and all that. And they kind of go, would you sing a song for us? And I'm like, we don't sing songs for entertainment. And so they go, well, here, and then each one of them sang one. And I'm going, I don't know what to do. Then finally I remember my dad used to sing a song to us. And I was like, it was off of, he changed a song called Harrigan to suit himself. SULLIVAN spells Sullivan. Proud of all the Irish blood that's in me. Devil a man can say a word agin me. SULLIVANUC. It's a name that a shame never has been connected with Sullivan. That's me. I was laughed out of the bar.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry. Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable. From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces, ready to be engraved with your summer mantra. Each design moves with you, from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between. Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection, in-store or online at pandora.net, and let your summer unfold.